Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Zita and this is the journey to my first NPC bikini show. Alright, so we've officially made it to week 2 of prep and we are about 10 weeks out, but we'll see about that. And today I'm diving into how I'm adjusting to prep life, how cardio is slowly replacing my soul, and what I eat in a full day. So let's talk about adjusting to prep lifestyle. Now, honestly, it's not that dramatic. I've already been living a kind of a mini prep life for the past 2 years. So I only started to lift 2 years ago after a solid streak of group classes, fitness classes, body combat, calisthenics, yoga, and you name it. And even I did karate when I was growing up. So structure and discipline are not new to me. So what's changed? A few tweaks here and there, mostly nutrition, precision, and posing practice. But overall, it feels like I've just dialed things up instead of flipped my whole life upside down. Okay, so gym time has definitely expanded. 2 of my lifting sessions are now way longer, like bring snacks along because of increased sets and added volume. And I've also got 40 minutes of cardio 4 times a week, which replaced my beloved yoga sessions. So RIP downward dog. I'm just kidding. I still do mobility and stretching, but I'm not trying to walk on stage like the Tin Man, but no full yoga classes right now. So I look forward to those to come back to my schedule. There are only so many hours in a day and prep kind of owns half of them. Do you hear that? This is so annoying. It's my electricity. I need to top up. So mentally and emotionally, I'm actually solid. There's no issues at all because I've already been living this structured lifestyle. There hasn't been this huge shock to the system. But I will say I've gotten way better at time management. That's for sure. I'm planning things ahead, taking tasks off like a type A queen, and saying no to anything that just doesn't serve my goals or this particular goal. And I'm not burning out because I've trained for this lifestyle. Now it's just a little more intense and I'm slightly hungrier, but that's about it. All right, so let's talk food, the fun part. And here is what a full day of eating looks like for me right now on 1930 calories. So it's 1930 calories. Good morning, guys. Time for breakfast. So yes, I know I'm wearing my bathrobe. I just love it. It's so fluffy, so nice, so warm because it's kind of chilly this morning. Yeah, so this bathrobe, I love it so much. I mean, look at this. It's so cute. It's a wee polar bear. Oh, it got ears. I love it so much. It's like probably 10 years old or even more, but it's just my favorite bathrobe ever. So I love breakfast. It's one of my favorite meals and that's something that I never change. It's always the same. I love yogurt with some fruits, nuts, a little bit of this and that. I'm going to show you. Okay, so I normally measure out some frozen fruit and I heat the fruit up in the microwave, which I know it's probably not the healthiest thing to do, but I like to do that to make the fruit nice and soft and juicy. And I normally just put everything into one bowl and, don't really care about how nice it looks. But for today, I'm going to try to make the dish look really nice. So I separately just put in some blackberries so I can put it on the top nicely. Now I also put some ginger in, some stevia. You guys, this is a liquid sweetener. Now again, I don't have any affiliations with any companies whatsoever. I just love this pure, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a liquid extraction from stevia leaf, and it's so potent. You need just like just a tiny amount. It's so good. It's rich in protein and a lot of other antioxidants. Okay, so I am so ready to dig in. I'm really hungry because I actually have to wait an hour before I can have, after waking, I have to wait an hour before I can have breakfast or coffee or whatever, because when I take my iron tablets, it's not recommended to eat or drink anything, you know, for 30 to 60 minutes for full absorption, and I want to make sure that it absorbs properly, because if it doesn't, then it just makes me really tired. So I'm starving, but I'm just going to mix all these together now, and then you can see how green the bowl turns, the smoothie bowl turns, because of the spirulina powder. It looks funny, but it is so good. And to be honest, you can't really taste the spirulina because, let's face it, spirulina doesn't have a good flavor whatsoever. But everything else, you know, the fruit, the ginger, the sweetener, and then of course the nuts and what did I put in? The coconut chips, they take away that flavor, so you can't taste that at all. But see, you still get the benefits. Okay, I'm going to enjoy this, guys, with my hot cup of coffee, and I'll see you for my first snack. What's up, guys? How are you today? I just got back from the gym, and now I'm so ready for my protein pancake. So let's make it. Let's see if I can flip it. Nope. Yes. Woohoo! Okay, so let's assemble our pancake. So pancake is ready. And I made this salted caramel yogurt cream filling. I swear to God, if you ever tried cannoli in Sicily, this tastes so similar. But of course without all the sugar and stuff. I have a little bit of mixed fruit here, some strawberries, some whatever berries. So I'll put a couple of things. I like to heat this up in the microwave. Put inside, fold up our pancake, And I just like to put the rest in the juice around it. And I'll use this protein cream. It tastes like Nutella. This is amazing. It's by Biotech USA. This is the best that I ever tasted. And put some walnuts for the crunch. And to make it even more crazy, I'm going to use a little bit of chocolate sauce. So this is Chalk Shot. I don't know if you can get it in your country. I think it's a UK-based company. Sweet Freedom. Like the nutritional values are insane. So it's so good. It's only 13 calories per teaspoon. So I'm just gonna put a little bit over this. This tastes amazing. And there you go. That's my pancake ready with a cup of coffee. Mmm, yum yum. So let's do a flavor test. But this is always so good. Heaven. Cheers. Right, I just finished with shower. I washed my hair, and tonight is pizza night, one of my favorites. So I'm gonna do that because I have a feeling that my macros are gonna drop from tomorrow, because although like visually you can see that I'm losing fat, but the scale is just not moving, you know, like as much as, not gonna say like as expected, because we don't have, you know, like a number in mind. It's all to do with like visuals, you know, like how you look. But I do have a feeling that today is my check-in day, and I do have a feeling that my macros are gonna drop. So I'm gonna make the most of it, because I have a really good pizza crust recipe. But even this one now is like a low carb version of it, because the original one is kind of high in carbs, which was fine during, you know, my building season. But now that I'm in prep, and then my macros are significantly lower than in my building season, I had to amend, and then I have this low carb version. And moving forward, I'm just gonna have to come up with some kind of like a more calorie friendly, or more like a macro friendly pizza crust recipe, and I'm gonna let you know. So let's get to it, and let's make the pizza crust. So let's make this. So we have some buckwheat flour, mixing in some lupin flour. We have white wheat gluten, and some spices, because lupin flour has a weird flavor, I would say, especially if you use a lot in your recipes. So that's the only reason I use so many different type of flavors. So we're gonna use some salt, chili flakes, some paprika, and we'll put in some xanthan gum. Okay, and then we're gonna mix all this, mix all the dry ingredients, and then I'll just put in some water. And the rest would be some muscle work to get this pizza dough kneaded and just get it out flat. I also like to make my own sauces, as opposed to, you know, like buying some pizza sauces or whatever kind of sauces, because it's usually pretty rare here to be able to buy a sauce without sugar. And then if I get it online, they're costly. They're really, really expensive, you know, for like small bottles. So I just make my own. Now let's get to the muscle work. Okay, so I don't have those big like wooden boards, you know, that you could use to roll out your dough. So I'm just gonna use 2 sheets of paper and then put the dough between the 2 and then use the rolling pin. So that way I don't need to wash the rolling pin, nor the surface. Handy. So again, muscle work. Even all my gym work is done. Now I need to do some extra hard work. This dough is so different, you know. It's really hard, to be honest, to get it out, to roll it out nice and thin. But I love thin crust pizza, and it's so crusty. Once it's baked, it's so nice and it's so crusty. But you just have to work for it. Like for anything else. Anything good in life, you have to work for it. Nothing is given. Okay guys, so now I have my pizza base ready to be baked. So it's got a funny shape, I know, it doesn't matter. The taste that matters. So it's gonna go into the oven for whatever, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or so. And then I'm gonna put on all the toppings, and then it's dinner time. So while I'm getting my ingredients ready for the pizza, I'm just gonna quickly put on this tomato passata into a pan, and then just put spices, salt, pepper, you know, chili, and whatever else. Usually whatever I feel like putting in, I taste it and then just, you know, like adjust the flavors, add more if needed, and that will be the sauce, the pizza sauce. And here, for whatever reason, our microphone didn't work, so we couldn't record. What we were saying is, this is Coach Terry, and what we were saying is, look at the huge pizzas. They're both homemade, delicious. And what Terry was saying, that you can have, you know, your favorite foods just as burgers or pizzas, even if you're on a fat loss diet. In case, for those of you who don't know, Terry lost over 66 pounds, which is about like 35 to 40 kilos in the past year. So he made amazing progress. He works out 5 times a week, and he just dialed in his nutrition completely. So here we are just enjoying our pizzas. It's amazing, delicious, crusty, and just beautiful. Right guys, it's dessert time after the pizza, and if you're thinking that, Zita, do you not have an iron and an iron board? I do, but I'm just way too lazy to iron a jumper. It just got a bit chilly, so I just pulled it out of the wardrobe, and it looks like it was pulled out from a cow's mouth, right? But I don't care, I really don't. So, dessert. I like to make, it's like a baked oatmeal with some fruits and stuff. So I have that for dinner with some almond butter, and those are yogurt covered ginger. Oh my God, guys, if you never tried it before, you have to. It's delicious, I love it. So that's for dessert, and after that I'm going to bed. So still eating a decent amount, but trust me, I feel the drop coming from like 3,000 calorie meal days. And so that's a wrap up on week 2. Life is beautiful, just with slightly more cardio and slightly fewer carbs. But guys, thanks so much for being here. If you'd like this video, drop a like, subscribe, and tell me what you'd give up first: bread, peanut butter, or Netflix. And next week, we're gonna go into a little bit of my posing practice and bikini glam planning, aka me trying not to fall in heels. Okay, so stay tuned. See you next week. Bye.